everyone. Revelo, Gustav, L'Oreal.
There's a live chat. All red. Gustav. Here,
My audio does sound really good.
yeah, it does.
What's up, Jason? First of all, shotgun happy.
Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We're getting set up to go here. Looks like we got people filing in. What's up?
Jason's asking if you're going to sell your people.
I do have an interested buyer currently. Stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. We shall see.
How great would it be if it sold during the show?
I don't think it will because I have to have a phone call this afternoon first,
Oh, okay.
so probably not.
Boring.
Yeah. Yep. We shall see. All right, so it looks like everything is good and everybody's filing in, so we can start recording now. If everybody wants to hit their record button on Audition.
Yeah.
Yep.
Check
And
one, two.
Sasha, I'd recommend keeping Audition up just to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, keep an eye
We've
on
had we've had one or two of our wonderful guests not do that and then stopped recording almost immediately after they started.
Yeah.
Ouch. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
try to keep it somewhere
It happens
visible.
even to the pros.
Yep.
Dead mouse.
Running.
Cool.
Awesome.
What was I doing? Every time I look at my phone and I don't know what I'm doing, it's probably I was trying to turn off my coffee mug. Also, it smells like burnt coffee.
First world problems. Oh, I forgot to turn off my coffee mug.
Such a cool mug, but if you forget to turn it off, it smells
Yeah.
like burnt coffee. Okay, I'm rolling.
A lot of people in the chat already.
Both of you are
Hello.
rolling.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to
I'm
do
rolling.
a sync clap, and the way it's going to work is we're all going to clap in unison for the audio track. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, clap. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Is it though?
Yeah.
It is.
Because of the
Okay.
Skype delay. As long as I see
Yeah.
the two of you clap at the same time, I know we're good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not that it's that big of a deal anyway, because there's Skype drift and all this other stuff. But at least I can find the beginning of the show.
Nice.
So that helps. And I think we are good. I've got my phone muted. Everything's rolling.
Yeah, I'm trying to do Instagram story about what's happening. I probably should do it.
No
Not
worries.
right now, but that's life.
Oh,
No
my
worries.
kid. My
What?
kid's at home sick, and he's such a pain right now. It's so funny. My wife just texted me. She said
My wife.
he was screaming because he got his finger stuck in my straw.
How? I have questions.
What the fuck life?
How do you get your finger stuck in a? How does a finger fit
Well,
in a straw?
it's the Chick-fil-A straw, so it's pretty
But
big.
Still,
Dude,
baby fingers.
he's lucky he's cute. He's not very...
All right, y'all ready to do this?
Just kidding. I love him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this. Here we go. What up, and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt, and joining us today is the mega super talented Sasha Vinogradova.
Hey guys.
And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. You can email us info@mograph.com. Let us know what you think about the show. Questions, comments, concerns, queries, grievances, show topic ideas, artist suggestions. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, mograph.com. Hit us up on all the things and let us know what you want to hear on the show. If it's something noob, if it's something advanced, if it's something render engine related, NFT related, artistic journey related, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. All the things
Surprise us.
279 episodes at about 2.5 hours a piece. Sometimes
Eventually
need a
you
little
run out
help.
of ideas.
Got to come up with some ideas every once in a while. So let us know if there's something you want to hear, and we will talk about it. We've got a couple emails from some people, mostly NFTs, so we will be talking about the NFT stuff in the second half of the show, as we do. But quickly, I wanted to do a little week wrap-up stuff here. Sasha, feel free during this segment to chime in if there's anything you want to chime in on. We're just going to kind of go through some stuff that we learned this week in the world of motion design.
Everything.
We'll try.
In the world of life.
Yeah. So, number one, been working to make sure that Mark's new version of his Houdini course, Stop Being Afraid of Houdini, is good to go. I got to say, Pickle Nick has been killing it on the editing.
He has been killing it, yeah.
And so it's moving right along. We are trying to get it all done by a talk that Mark's doing. I don't know if I should say what that is yet because I don't know if it's been announced. So, but we are trying to get that ready. So here's the deal. If you have the Stop Being Afraid of Houdini course, when we come out with the new version, the 18.5 version, with all the new goodness and the new goodies in it, you will get that upgraded. It will be a new class for you, essentially. So you still have the old one you can go reference. You'll have the new one as a separate class you can log into. And then anybody who buys the course new at that point is going to be buying just the 18.5 version. So if you want to have both versions, I would say you should probably sign up now.
Yeah.
and get ready in case you don't have the newest version of 18 yet and you kind of want to start with that. So make sure you check that out. There's going to be some really cool new fun things to do in it. So even if you are a previous owner, you're going to want to hop over to this one and try all the new hotness. And we'll probably have Mark come on a special or something like that, Speaking of specials. Speaking of specials, mark your calendars for this Thursday. We're going to have a Mograph special. This is going to be a live episode of The Drop. This is going to be at 8 p.m. Central on Thursday night. Special guest, Mixmaster Mike.
Yeah. So excited.
And he's coming on with Jonathan Winbush. And they are going to talk to us about something they're working on. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, next week on Thursday, we will have another live episode of The Drop. This one's going to be with David Ariev, Luis Miranda, and Peter Costi, who is a collector. So make sure you set your calendars for that as well.
That'll be fun to get the collector's perspective on things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's something just like different universe.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that's something that Ariev, he's been really connecting with some of these collectors a lot. And connectors, like Beeple said, collectors are, how did he put it? He said they were like groundhogs.
Yeah.
They pop out. If they see their shadow, they kind of go back in. So it's really hard to get collectors to kind of come out.
Well, I mean,
talk.
also think about it. Weird. These collectors, some of them are probably loaded, so they don't want to put their name or their face out there and to let people,
If you're
because if I had a
Bitcoin
$1 billion, and I was like, hey, look at me, people hit me up for money. No, that'd be weird.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that, and we can talk all NFTs on that later. But let's see.
I see Gabriel in the chat. Hi, Gabe.
Hello, Gabriel.
Hello, Gabriel.
He's an awesome artist. We used to work together at the Mill.
Oh, yeah?
I've done some projects, yes.
That's cool.
So,
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I know you've been busy, and you may have not had the opportunity to check out Camp Mograph and what it's all about. So Matt is going to ELI 5 to you.
Let's talk about Camp Mograph.
Okay.
So
tell me everything.
It's been a while since we haven't put Camp Mograph on hold. It's been on temporary hold until this year. We're figuring out what we're gonna do. We finally talked to the camp, and the good news is, amazing news. We're planning on Camp Mograph this year. Camp Mograph is happening. We're super excited. It's happening. It's going to crap. It is September 9th through 12th. So it's in September. It's in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, wow.
So at Camp Collins in Portland, Oregon. Actually, it's technically outside of Portland. It's in Gresham, but that's okay.
Close enough, right? Close enough.
Close enough to say Portland. So,
Gustav, is this better? Is my mic better now? I boosted a little. I had to change some stuff before the show with my mic because it was noisy.
It's always good to change stuff right before
Hopefully
a show,
that's
right?
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always good to change. No, I'll tell you what it was. Is we have these little. I'm sorry, I completely derailed, but we have these little things called dynamite sticks that we added to these mics to help a little bit. And while they do help a little bit, and you can add plus 48. It creates so much noise that this is a no-go. Don't use this. So I had to crank my stuff up.
I'm using one.
And Matt is using one, so I just cranked up my gain on the stream a little bit. So hopefully that helps. So okay. So anyway, Camp Mograph.
Back to Camp Mograph. So for those who haven't heard of Camp Mograph, it's basically a 3-day retreat for motion designers. It's a chance to get away from your desk and hang out and schmooze and talk to other motion designers and stuff. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm so excited for it. So September 9th through 12th, 2021 in Portland, Oregon, Camp Collins. We are going to sell tickets starting June 1st. So yeah,
there it is.
So here it is. Now here's the thing. Here's the good thing that you don't have to worry about. If for some reason everything just goes to crap again,
because this is dependent on the camp. We're at the mercy.
Well, okay.
Of the
so
camp.
here's what I'll say. So one, you don't have to worry about your tickets because if things go bad, then you'll get refunded because that's the way Eventbrite is working currently through the pandemic.
Right.
They hold basically all the money until after the event now, and so
or you could hold on to it for when we do have it. But correct. Right now it's on because the camp says that they're going to be open.
Correct. So this is what we talked to the camp, and the camp, because we were worried about everything. They said, Oregon currently has certain limitations on the amount of people that can gather together and stuff like that. And we were looking at it, and it doesn't matter even if they're at the highest level. Our original plans on the camp were that it's going to be, we always planned on having it limited and not jam-packing people full in the camp just to say we jam-packed people. We like keeping it small. We like keeping it intimate. We like keeping it, as small amount of people as possible. So
we pay for the whole camp.
We rent out the entire camp. And
we don't
fill it. Yeah. So that people have privacy. They don't have to worry about, if you're sleeping on a bunk bed, we don't have to worry about who's sleeping on the top and who's sleeping on the bottom bunk. You can choose whether you want to sleep on the top or the bunk bottom. Everyone has a chance to figure that stuff out. So the good news is because of that, we're already at the, the maximum problem limitations that we can have. So we're good there. So the camp is happening. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be September 9th through 12th. Tickets go on sale June 1st. So make sure and set your calendars. You can go to campmograph.com to check out more information about it. You can check out the different. Oh man, Dave, can you bring up some of the lodging and stuff like that?
Yeah. So by the way, campmograph.com if you wanna check it out.
Yes, if you want to check it out. Super excited. So the lodging,
go here.
Up at the top, go up to lodging.
See, I don't even know.
Yeah,
I am.
So we've got some really cool cabins. So keep in mind, if you're gonna buy a ticket to Camp Mograph, these are all community cabins. So you will be sharing a cabin with multiple people. So we've got we've got the Rotary Village cabins, which are these big hobbit houses and stuff. They're super cool. Right. And then we've got the Treetop Village cabins. So they're these big, tree houses and stuff like that, which is super
there's
cool.
other pictures here.
Yeah. So, that's what the inside looks like. They've all got heating and everything. The Rotary Village ones and the Treetop cabins, they've all got a half bath. So you don't have to get up and walk all the way across camp if in the middle of the night you got to go to the bathroom. But if you are staying in the Adventure Village cabins, you will have to get up and walk all the way to the bathroom.
Which is not
but
that
the Adventure
bad,
Village,
but-
it's not that bad. No, the Adventure Village cabins are quite a bit more rustic than the other ones. They still do have heating and stuff like that, but it's like wood interiors, wood flooring, and stuff like that. It's this is where I'm staying because I like the Adventure Village ones, but they do have heating. We're all set up for that. If for those who have been to the previous camp, we knew we had some heating issues.
Here's
but then
here's where Jeremy's staying.
This is this is the Jeremy yurt.
We'll just call it the Jeremy Village.
The Jeremy Village, right? So, these are the yurts. They're like big, gigantic tents with a bunch of bunk beds in them. They do have like little heating units inside, so we can try and keep everyone warm and stuff. But this is the most rustic. If you're looking for that, if you're looking to save some money, those are the cheapest option. But we've got some amazing presenters. We've got some amazing teachers and some fireside chats planned, and it's going to be absolutely killer. So,
wait, what kind of teachers you guys have? You like going away from the computer but learning about computer?
well,
And be learning more about art in general. I like that Jeremy's in the chat.
I like it.
So, if you go to the fireside chats and the about right now, those are wrong. So we've had a few
these are not correct.
cancellations.
So don't
those
look
are not
at any.
correct.
So just stop paying attention to us.
Correct. So we need to update those. We've had some different teachers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we need to update that. But it's going to be awesome. And for a 3-day event, it's basically you get there Thursday, you leave Sunday for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's like 3.5 days, maybe 3 full days, whatever. For a 3-day event, all your lodging, the price of admission covers your lodging. It covers all the food you can eat, over the next few days, all the entertainment, all the things, and also we're gonna have a bunch of alcohol too. So so that's free as well.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere that you can find an all-inclusive place for 3 days hanging out with all of your great motion designer friends.
Yeah.
And if you went to the last one, you'll know. If you haven't, then you just got to go to
Be
experience.
prepared. Be prepared to not have connectivity. There should be
There's
some Wi-Fi.
There is some Wi-Fi near the front building
But don't
and
expect
near the building
a lot.
where we're sticking people.
Yeah.
That those are the only 2 places where we've got, like, there's one in the Rotary Village that has Wi-Fi. So, but when you go, expect to be completely unplugged because, there is no cell service at all.
So to give you an example of what a course would be without a computer, it'd be like, okay, you're going to learn color theory. You're going to use markers or crayons or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
You're going to talk about modeling. You're going to use clay. So we're
going to use clay. It's a lot of fun. Last year's was a lot of fun. And really, like, even while you can take some of the things that you've learned, and we always felt really excited and regenerated whenever we came out of Camp Mograph, the last one. Yeah. Because even if most of these principles and stuff, it's good to just like have a refresher and keep them in mind and stuff like that. It's awesome. So
and go to Oregon once in a while.
Right. Oregon's beautiful. Yeah. Like, so me and Mark Cernoso, we went out to this camp a couple of years ago when we were scouting it, and it is absolutely a couple of years ago, right?
Oh gosh. COVID.
So, yeah. But it's an absolutely killer camp, and I'm super excited for everyone to get there. It's got a giant climbing wall and zip lines, and all this other tons of hiking. It's going to be great.
For many of us.
How is
No, go ahead.
How is the combination of alcohol and zip lines last year?
Oh.
We will not be doing zip lines when there is alcohol involved. So normally what we do with the alcohol is like we wait until a certain time at night, and we're like, okay, now it's everything else is shut off. Let's we're gonna do we're gonna start drinking there.
Smart.
And so we'll have licensed people who are able to
distribute alcohol.
Distribute alcohol and stuff like that. So and so it's the tickets, as you've seen, are really cheap. They're very inexpensive. It's great, and the whole point of this is that we want to give people an opportunity to chill and relax and stuff like that. And
It's going to be the first
That-
thing for a lot of people.
it is going to be the first
Yeah.
event for a lot of people, yeah, which is awesome. So the main thing is we could not have done this for as inexpensive as it is without some of the amazing sponsors we have for Camp Mograph. First off, we've got our 3 village sponsors. We've got Maxon. We've got, or we're gonna have to update that logo now on the site.
Oh,
won't
yeah,
we?
we are.
Yeah. And then we've got Video Co-Pilots. They're also sponsoring one. And Otoy is sponsoring a village as well. So depending on which village you're staying in, that will be your village. You'll be in the Otoy village or the Video Co-Pilot village or the Maxon village,
Yeah.
right? So that's going to be great. Next up is our gold sponsors. We've got Grayscale Gorilla and we've got Minimal Massive. Minimal Massive is a local Portland studio, which we're super excited to have them on board. It's really cool to support your local artists and stuff like that. And then we've got our bronze sponsors, A Scripts and School of Motion. And you know, if you're planning on going, if you're excited about camp or anything, give these people a shout out and say thank you for helping make my ticket so cheap. Because honestly, we don't make any money off of this. It is our way of giving back to the community. In fact, last year we ended up paying out of our pockets for it, or 2 years ago, just so we could have the event, you know. And this is the way in order to keep it cheap for everyone, give everyone a chance to get back to nature, get back to the basics, and
Get back to seeing people in real life.
get back to seeing
yes.
people in real life, you know.
Aren't you just loving that it's coming back? We finally can plan some real life events.
Yeah. And I feel
Texas
like this
is
is a good
100%
way.
open. It's fine,
Yeah,
right?
Well, this is a
Yeah.
good way to do it because everybody can hang out pretty distance outside and all of that. It's like
Yes.
a good first time if that's what you're doing. If you're like, okay, I got my shot, I'm gonna go do something for the first time. I'll probably wear a mask or whatever, but like I want to go out somewhere, but you can still stay distance and outdoors or
Absolutely.
you know,
and Dave, can you bring back up the
sprawled out.
cabins real quick? I want to.
Sure.
I would love to point something out about the sleeping situation. What you'll notice with each of the go to like the either the Rotary or the Treehouse ones, and then go to like the sleeping, like the bunk beds. What you'll notice about all of these is that they are separated from everyone else. You've got a dividing line and everything. So even if you're sleeping in your own individual area, you don't have to worry too much about, you know, getting in people's space or something like that. You got your own private space, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
cool.
very exciting.
Super exciting.
Very.
Now I want to go.
Yeah, you should. You should. It's going to be fantastic.
How was last time?
It was
So
incredible. It was cold, but it was incredible.
I always said we're
that
gonna be
was one-
chasing the dragon. Like that was like the amazing, like perfect thing that like
right.
It's like, can they all be that good every time?
The last one, it was a little cold because, you know, we were doing it a little bit later in the season. It was October. It was in Vermont, you know, and you know, we got space heaters for everyone. We tried to make it comfortable, and we kept on, you know, blowing some breakers and stuff, but we took care of it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that was something that we kept in mind for this next one. So everything has like radiant floor. Yeah, and September is going to be incredible in Portland.
I think we're going to try and rent an RV and make like a trip up to Oregon out of it.
Yeah.
It should be interesting.
Yeah.
You guys would have to take a long time off to just enjoy a trip back.
After the jobs we've been working on, we're ready for it. We are ready for it.
I'm gonna take a couple vacations this summer. That's for true.
Right. I've got 2 weeks of vacations booked at the end of July. I am ready for it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going home to Russia in June, and I'm so excited about it. The flying will be surreal.
I was gonna say, so you're. I didn't realize that was a thing already. Like it's open, so you can do that now.
It's open if you have visas and, you know, green cards and all this stuff. Like right now, like for example, if you just magically decide to travel, no one gives away visas, so no.
Yeah.
I want to go to Iceland so bad. I just want.
I want to go to Iceland.
Just travel.
Yeah, I know. We just
how
want
can
to
I
travel.
get to Iceland right now?
You gotta wait.
Well, I mean, you know, you could just, you know, wait 2 weeks while you're there. You could quarantine for 2 weeks.
If you're gonna go
but
like
then
that, you gotta spend a month.
If you're gonna go, You need to spend a month. Yeah, a month and a half. Why not?
They won't let you even do anything for a couple of weeks until everything's clear. So, yeah.
Yeah. So probably first event of the season, Camp Mograph. So make sure and check it out.
How many people is maximum?
Okay, so maximum in the camp is like 350 to 400. So it's really big, but we're topping out at 125.
Yeah. Very small group.
And that includes all the teachers, all the counselors, everyone.
The sponsors,
so we'll only have sponsors. Yeah, we'll only have 125 people there. Yep. So it's and that may seem like a lot of people to stick in like one room, but in a gigantic camp, you won't even notice.
So
it'll feel
June 1st will be like a Burning Man tickets.
Yeah,
refresh.
Here's hoping.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've done a show in a pandemic, so
make sure. So if you're interested and you're wanting to get on it, make sure you do pick it up June 1st, because we did have 2 pre-sales for previous Camp Mograph
alumni
people, and so some of those tickets are already gone. So we don't count on having 125 full tickets or even being able to get into like the treehouse ones. Those are going to go fast.
Very fast.
So yeah, June 1st. Mark your calendars.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. What else? Is
that
it?
Right.
That's it on Camp. All right, we're done with the show.
For camp, yes, I think we're done. But a couple other things I wanted to put in here real quick, just for the week wrap-up stuff, is that number one, on a whim, got the new DJI drone,
right?
The new Air 2S. And I don't have too much to report back on it so far because I'm still trying to figure out. There's all these modes that you can do, and I'm a little scared to just use them in the neighborhood. I want to go out somewhere where I have room to make sure I don't screw it up. But it's got sensors all over it. It's fast. I love the new how small it is and the batteries and everything. And the video, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
5.4K. It's insane. It looks so good.
That is absolutely insane.
And the controller in the map and everything shows you now where other aircraft are in the air, and you can put kind of if you want to see all of the aircraft or some of them or the ones that are getting a little too close to you, and it will say like proximity alert, and it will come up and it will show like airplanes. Now most of the airplanes are like
30,000
feet over you.
Yeah.
But some of them taking off, and all that are like 10, 20,000 feet. And it's cool because you'll see it and you'll turn the drone and you'll look and you can see that aircraft. And,
that's cool.
I mean, it's just so real time. So I got to say, pretty cool so far, but I'll report back once I really get time to play with some of the modes. Tracking.
Yeah. So you're stuck like, okay, so I was just thinking about it because you were talking about, being able to see the planes and stuff, but you can't like flip the thing upside down and shoot upward, could you?
No, but the new gimbals, the camera, by the way, man, it's got that Hasselblad or whatever, and it comes with like different ND filters in a box that you can put on. It's really cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's
you're
super
shooting
cool.
most of the time outside in the sun, so that's great.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it does tilt up slightly now a little bit.
You
have
good.
to unlock it in the software, but you can tilt up, so you can actually see a lot. But no, you can't flip it. That other one, that trick one that Ren got, that will flip, I believe. But,
that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that route. I might get the goggles. We'll see. I ordered the controller with the screen on it and everything, which is really cool. So I'll report back.
Jeff in the chat was saying he's a bit disappointed that the tickets aren't going on sale tomorrow. They were originally marked for 420 because that's what we did the first time.
Yeah.
But we weren't 100% sure, and we're like, let's hold off, And I didn't notice. I had originally put them as for sale on 420 like 6 months ago when we changed the date. And totally forgot about it until this weekend, and I just so happened to change the date, and I was like, "Oh, it's a good thing I did. Otherwise, people would have been buying tickets on 420."
Right.
So.
And you got a 3D printer. I'll be looking forward to hearing.
I did.
About that.
Yeah. So I bought the Ender Pro 3, like a month and a half ago. And so, I didn't realize when buying it there was going to be so much to put together, which
that's why they're cheaper.
It's like, well, yeah, but it's also why, if you put together like a Lego set or something, and you've done it once, doing it a second time wouldn't be that hard. It's like putting together a computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you've done it once, doing it a second time, not that hard. So if I had to put a second Ender Pro 3 together, I would order another one because it would be so much easier now that I know what I'm doing, right? And I'm an idiot. I didn't watch any videos on putting it together. I was just like, all right, let's follow the 12 easy steps, and put it all together. And this thing is super like shaky now. I'm like, all right, I gotta figure that out.
Did you
but I haven't even
already?
What? I haven't printed anything yet. I just put it together. I still haven't even plugged it in to make sure it works, but I wanted to get the whole thing together. And then I was going to try it out. But like I had like maybe 30 minutes while I was waiting for a render to go this weekend. And my wife was getting the kid down to sleep for a nap. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try and put this together. So anyway, yeah, it's I'm excited. It fits really well on my desk, my side desk. And I don't know. It looks cool. It looks really cool. And it wasn't too bad. I finally watched a video of how to put it together to make sure I did do it correctly, and I did. Minus the shakiness. There's some stuff that I need to fix there, but I'm excited to try it out.
Fun.
So the other thing on the list for the week is MetaHumans has been blowing up. Sasha, have you played with that yet?
Yeah, I haven't played with that, but I haven't played with that. No, never mind. But I saw a bunch of videos, and it looks crazy amazing. Just it's like Sims merged with real lifetime, and now does seems like a joke comparing to what I saw there, and it's just like life is surreal. Just,
it is. It's crazy how like I don't know. It just it's the it's the what's the term where it's
Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley, yeah. It's like it's weird. They're so accurate, but like there's little tick movements that don't. Yeah, and you're just like, If it were a still, you probably couldn't tell, but because it's moving, you're like, I'm not sure. But man, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Me and Dave, the other day, we're supposed to be working on projects, right? It's early in the morning, and I'm like, okay, we got to bust out these projects. And he's like, oh, look, MetaHumans. I'm like, no, don't go down this rabbit hole. Yeah. We got to finish this project.
Did you guys have access to it? Did you play with that?
Yeah. Oh, we did.
Like, I was doing something here with the teeth, like this dude with bad teeth.
Like you can melts away the teeth and it's so cool. It's so cool.
Wow.
Making really weird. Yeah, I should have preloaded these so you could see it better on the stream, but just making weird people. I don't know.
I think Smearballs is gonna have a good time with this.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Sasha, you use a lot of people in your renders. You think you'll maybe go that route? Like maybe you would create a character?
For sure. I mean, it's like 10 years ago I'm like, I need to create everything from scratch, and I'm like, how can I do this in the minimum time possible?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And there's a lot of people that are kind of new in the industry who will go back and forth on that and ask me well, yeah, but you're not creating any of these things. You're not creating these things from scratch on your own, or you're buying your own models. I'm like, that's the point. You don't have to. No one says you had to. It's just whatever it takes to get to where you need to be.
There is a big difference between someone buying a Turbo Squid model and not knowing your basics of lighting and texturing and camera movements, and versus someone who has had all the experience and buys a Turbo Squid model, just to save them some time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to, as I said, do everything from scratch, and now I'm like, okay, this model costs $20. It will take me an hour to make it. My hour cost much more than $20.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like, do I want to spend half a day modeling something that I can just get for $100 on Turbo Squid? No.
Yeah, even $100. Yeah, it's like, sure, I'll pay $100 for that if I can get done early and go play some Halo.
Yeah, we bought these super awesome, like, animated FBX models and stuff, you know, character models. And I was like, man, these are really good. I'm going to use the hell out of these, you know?
It's crazy. Sometimes, like, I see, Turbo Squid and other resources, some amazing artists put their stuff in there. I'm like, this person is so much better than me. And he or she sells it for $100. I'm like,
right.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like Francisco says in the chat, and we've talked about this a little before. It's like, oh, you're not mixing your own oil paints to make your own painting? Like, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, you didn't create your own 3D software from scratch?
What, you didn't stretch your canvas yourself?
Yeah.
You went and bought a canvas?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, these things are...
I've been doing 3D for a very long time when all the UV softwares weren't a thing, and you had to go through hell to unwrap things. I'm like, never again. Yeah. I just don't want to deal with that anymore.
I never wanted to in the first place. So I'm probably the worst about UVing stuff, because it's like, all right, set it for cubic, call it a day. Cubic, if I can try planar, cool, action. Awesome. Yeah.
Yep. How did we leave before tri-planers?
Right?
I know. Absolutely. But also, we should probably talk about the fact that Maxon last week came out with S24.
S24. Yeah. It's a lot of good updates in this one. I'm excited to download it and get my hands on it and stuff. The placement tools are super cool. That's gonna save a bunch of time.
How many times have you had like something that you need to fill with something? And you're like, oh, I want to fill this with a bunch of balls, or I got to make a bowl of cereal, or whatever it is. And you take all the cloners and you line them up and you drop them in, and then you're like,
and they go all over the place.
Or you get them and you're like, this is perfect, and then you hit a button and they all reset back, and you're like, no, I had it. I was trying to like convert them to instances and just have the objects with no dynamics, and then you screw it up, and then it's like, okay, all I have to do is take the tool and move it.
Literally, when I first got into C4D, I had a bunch of pills, like, you know, I was doing a spot for like a pharmacy or whatever, so I had a whole bunch of capsules and pills and stuff, and I'm like, I just want to make sure that these are actually touching the ground. You know, it's like, how do I do that? So I literally placed all of them where I wanted to do, made them dynamic, made them like bounce on the ground and stop, and then I just deleted it. It's like, now you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
Any of that. It's great. The placement tools. What other big ones were there, Dave?
Sasha, have you looked at these yet? Have you looked at
No, I'm like, here's the moment of truth. I will learn everything about Cinema 24. So guys, tell us everything.
Yeah, there you go. The asset browser is updated.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and also what's awesome about the asset browser being updated is that, or the content browser, it's that it's you can put tags on everything, so you can easily search. Also, you don't have to download the whole thing anymore.
Yes.
It's all online. If you're online, which most of us are all the time, like, you can just search for something, it searches online, and then you can download it right there, which is amazing.
I gotta admit,
like, the fact that I don't have to have like 24 gigs worth of like useless stuff that I'm never going to use on my computer for every single version.
Only 24. Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't installed the content browser the last couple times because I didn't have to, and I
install it every time for Studio 021.hdr.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't use that stuff anymore. I wasn't using that stuff, and it was because of the file size. And so now it's like I know, like, I have no good organization for any of my assets or content. Like, I have no excuse not to be using it now.
Yeah, and what's awesome is, like, okay, you create something, you're like, oh, I want to use this in the future. Drag it right in, right?
The way that I do assets now is, it's like, I start a project and I'm like, I need a lamp. Oh, did I bought that lamp on Turbo Squid. Let me go get it again off of my Turbo Squid account. Or what did I use that
lamp
in?
What did I use that lamp in the last project?
And then I'm going through Dropbox, not Googling, but searching for lamp to see. That's a terrible way to organize your assets.
There's new animation workflows. Let's see.
The curves editor. The curves editor is everybody's raving about, and I haven't had a chance to play with it.
Curve evaluation and other workflow enhancements, while character animators will enjoy even more powerful retargeting and impose workflows. Then there's the scene manager in scene nodes. Oh yeah. So this is building off of the new core stuff that they're doing with all the nodes, like the animation nodes and stuff. So there's this new scene manager to where if you don't feel comfortable jumping into nodes, you can jump into the scene manager by itself. That's something that I really want to hop into.
Me too.
Because I haven't even had a chance to jump into it in R23,
right.
You know, let alone S24. So I don't know.
It was good though. Check out all the replays from the 3D motion show last week. It's on Maxon's YouTube account. You can check out all the presentations, and some people were doing stuff on the new tools, like Chris Schmidt.
Yeah,
so check that out.
Chris Schmidt, really good job on the
and
new.
He has videos that he's released as well on this, so you can check that out. And then, that's about it. That was fun, and of course, Beeple came on at the end of the week to.
I thought the piece that he did was very good in comparison to some of the other ones that we've done on live streams. And I feel like it was because there was only like 2 to 3 people telling him what to do.
Here's the
versus
deal. Literally, I was like, look, Matthias, here's what I think we need to do. I think we need to only have one extra person on.
Yeah.
Because I think it's cool when people start throwing in their ideas, but when like 50 people come on, it becomes such a cluster that like there's no story. You can't concentrate on really like doing a good story or whatever. So,
Francisco, the scatter tool as well. That was a huge one.
Scatter tool.
So it's like a scatter paint tool where basically you can paint on, like, you know, you can scatter trees, or you can scatter, anything.
Yeah,
it's super cool. Yeah.
But Winkleman he did a good job. He did, like, he actually had a story that time, and I think it's because there were less people. Paul was on. I was there as yelling in the ear. You couldn't hear me on the stream, but because I solved his Photoshop problem, I was able to name the piece. And it was funny because I hopped on Halo later that night, and Rev was playing. And as soon as we got on Xbox party chat, he said, "Hey, name my everyday," and I just said Purple Monkey Dishwasher. Purple Monkey Dishwasher, and he named it that. So I got to name both of their dailies in one day. It was nice.
Well done.
Yeah. So
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. On to Ravcock. What's your flavor?
What's your flavor?
Did want to mention that Jules did his GTC talk, and I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so keep an ear out. I started
looking through it, and it's super cool. Something that Amit has coming to C4D that he's playing with is it's like an overlay, a node overlay for while you're inside the it's so basically it's an overlay while you're working, so that you can see the nodes on top of everything, to where you don't have to open up an entirely new node editor, on top. If you've got minimal space versus us that's got these, dual widescreens or whatever. But it's like, if you just want to overlay it on top, and then you can mess around with the nodes and then pop it out, super cool. Along with a ton of other really awesome stuff.
Well, I'm
super excited. Yeah.
Well, he puts his talk on YouTube after the fact. I think it's got to be up on their site for. Yeah,
as of right now, you can. I'll add the link.
Yeah, you can register and watch it for free.
Yeah, you can register and watch it for free.
Yeah.
So
keep an ear out for that. I'm sure we'll go through it piece by piece. We'll probably have Jules on the show again, maybe next month, to talk about some of those updates too. That'll be fun. I'm waiting for Brigade. I'm just like, come on.
Yeah,
let me see it.
Brigade was the #1 thing that people were asking for. So that's gonna be awesome.
Okay, enough of all that. Let's talk about Sasha. That's why we're here. That was a long intro today. Good Lord.
It was. Sorry. It was 20 minutes of Camp Mograph.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's just been so long. I was so excited.
I'm so excited. I really want to go now because it's again, first event in a long time.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the
You
thing.
know, I have my birthday is coming up, and I finally can throw a party because most of the people being vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
and
Good.
it's like, oh yes, finally.
Yeah.
So very excited about that.
We'll be back to being glad that we'll be back to being glad when people cancel parties soon enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a word for that. Like when you make it's like an obligation to go to a party, and then at the last second it cancels, and you're kind of relieved.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll be back to that soon enough. So tell us about your journey and how you got into art, I guess, in general, and how you got into what you're doing now. It's always very interesting for anybody to look back, especially in Mograph for some reason, to look back on the journey in hindsight and say, how exactly did I end up here? How did that happen?
Yeah. Take a moment, say hi to Tony and Priyanka. I see them. I'm going to do it all day today.
Shout out.
Just seeing people I like and, well, I know. And yeah. How did I get in arts and 3D? I think it's two different, stories. And I always liked art. I made my mom take me to an art school when I was 6. They officially didn't accept kids, that young, but I just made her. And my parents were like, I have sister, and with both of us, they're like, okay, whatever you guys want. Weird, but sure. So I always knew I liked art. And also, being from Russia, one of the mandatory subjects you have is engineer drawings.
Okay.
Yes, till 7th grade, you have engineer drawings. Like, this is like your regular subject. You just, like...
Engineer drawings? Like...
like what... Sorry. But
no, it's okay.
It's like what...
Is like all architecture or something like that?
Yes, architectural, but like, for example, they will bring like actual piece of machinery and and now draw it in 3 different dimensions with all the right? Yeah, this is mandatory. Like all seventh grades like sit there and just doing this drawing of the mechanical part.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's Russia for you. But I really liked it. I was really good at it. It's just like taking, some weird part and seeing it from 3 different directions. So really like that, and really like computer games. So, and it's also really weird. In Russia, at some point, there was this 3ds Max disc floating around. I know so many artists, Russian 3D artists, who got into 3D because they had their hands on that disc. And it's also like the weird random time where like there were so many just discs out of nowhere, and it's also like this, like, is it pirated? Is it not? You don't not even know. So
what year?
I didn't.
What year are you thinking?
What year?
Like maybe
like
99-ish, 2000, somewhere in there. After that,
because
kind of at the same time, I remember it was going around with a lot of my friends as well, and you had to have a dongle to use 3D Max. So this CD that was going around was definitely pirated.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's Russia, so everything is pirated. But it was like 3ds Max 7 at that point, and I didn't have even internet in my computer, but I got 3ds Max.
All right.
Didn't have Photoshop either. Didn't know the Photoshop was the thing. Got into Photoshop because I needed to make textures for the models.
Right.
And that was my end of my high school, and that's how I got into 3D. it's weird. So I got into Photoshop because I got into 3D, and then turns out that Photoshop was really good too, and somehow I became a web designer for 7 years.
All right.
Wow. I almost went down that rabbit hole myself. Yeah, I can understand how that could happen.
Yeah, but pretty much I'm skipping a whole bunch of things, but at some point I'm in Moscow. I am a web designer, pretty, okay web designer. But I still do in 3D on the side, mostly like my personal projects. And I think I told this story like a million times, but here we go again.
New to me.
Yeah.
Yes. So huge nerd. Lord of the Rings was everything to me. Like my final art project from my art school was I did triptych dedicated to Lord of the Rings, like all the epic scenes in like ink and stuff. But Lord of the Rings is gone, and there's nothing for a while. You just like there's really nothing. And then Game of Thrones came in. So first season of Game of Thrones, I watched it and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So I made a whole bunch of fun art wallpapers with the sigils of different houses, which went viral.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yes. And couple months after that, I'm in Russia doing websites. Dude from LA emailing me, hey, we're working on Game of Thrones season 2 poster campaign. Do you want to join?
Nice.
Wow. Just out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
Wow.
I was like, yes. It's like, what's your rate? I'm like, I'll do it for free.
Oh man.
It's like, no. We have to pay you. How is $500 per day? And I am in freaking Russia doing websites.
Yeah.
I'm like, sounds great. So I freelanced for them while still having my full-time job doing websites. Nice. Freelanced for them for like about a year, and then invited me here. And what's awesome. Funny in that particular, like after I accepted their offer and visa stuff started, kicking in. 3 weeks from there, I got another email from Denmark asking to join like a website, like a web development company in Denmark. Never ever again I had this like, hey, let's go to a different country sort of thing. Yeah. And there are like three weeks separations between those two. And I'm like, what happened there? I don't know.
And it's like that's a crossroads right there, because it's like, web development versus 3D. You could be on a completely different podcast had you.
I know. It could be UI and usability.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Wow. I'm sure that's helpful though in some situations, right? Like, do you have any jobs now where it's helpful to have that background?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Because like websites, it's not just about like user journey and stuff. Though still, like seeing work from that perspective is good. Like you think about what your potential users will see first. Where should they go after that? What's their like call to action and stuff?
Yeah.
Plus, what they will see on the screen. Even like when you do your own sites or like Instagram stuff or anything, plus typography. Like I think general design, like graphic design, came from that side of my career. I had amazing art directors. I think my entire life, I'm so freaking lucky with my teachers. And the reason, why I'm here right now, because I bumped into amazing people who were very, generous in sharing their knowledge. And so graphic design came from there. And I think if you combine, beautiful 3D compositing, Photoshop, making like, you can make this epic, awesome 2D image. And sometimes you just need to slap a right type on it in right places, and it just makes it so much better. And so often I see, amazing art with bad typography, and you're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
So
Comic Sans, Papyrus.
Right.
So
Zapfino. That's
don't know.
Yeah, Wingdings.
Wingdings.
But yeah, and so then I did key art for about 3 years in here. Did some finishes like Crown, for example. First season key art is mine. Like Tomorrowland, some finishes, some True Detective stuff. But what's funny, I also, I'm sorry, I'm just like keep talking and talking.
No, you're fine.
You're fine.
That's
fine.
the podcast.
This is why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, at some point, doing key art, and it's like still I am doing 3D mixed with Photoshop at that job. It's not motion yet.
Right.
It's just 3D mixed with Photoshop. Sometimes like there would be weeks where it's just compositing, not 3D, but like Photoshop compositing. And sometimes there will be like, okay, now we need like some iconic concepts, go and do some stuff in 3D. But it's very isolating. It's very weird. I, for example, know just maybe like 2 or 3 other people who has similar background. They're in key art, but in 3D. Yeah, it's very isolating. You want some kind of development, some community, but and people you are with, they're great, but it's all like Photoshop stuff.
Sure.
So, and at that point, I was like, I want to learn more about like motion. I also saw, Patrick Clare was shining bright at that moment with the True Detective season 1 and then Westworld and stuff. I'm like, this is amazing. I want to do that. So I sent my works to different companies, and Neil hired me. Hooray!
That's awesome.
Yes, we're actually had a chance to work with Patrick Clare on True Detective season 3.
Nice.
And generally, like Neil experience was amazing, and just knowing people I know now, and like I met in my key art company, I met one of my best friends there, but they're my best buddies. It's not so like 3D and art oriented, but at the meal, just because they bring so many people outside US too, like they pretty much pick best artists
in the world.
Yes, lots of Koreans because they're apparently the best. Every time we had like a new Korean person coming in, you're like, oh shit.
Another person to show me up. Yeah.
So we all have to like step up our game now.
That's funny.
So in as far as like motion, you were creating this stuff. It was a mix of 3D. So you were in 3D, right? You're in cinema, but you're just not animating, right?
I was doing 3ds Max all the way till that point, and then when I went to work at the Mill, and Mill at that point had 2 different departments, design department and production department. So production department, it's your heavy lifting VFX department with Maya, full swing, Houdini and stuff, and design department, which is Cinema 4D and more graphic stuff. And sometimes, like what's cool about Neil, they can combine those departments. Like if, for example, you have, I don't know, some Samsung speaker with Mograph stuff, they throw Cinema 4D people in it. If it's like advertising with VFX, they throw production in it. And sometimes they combine it when you need something from both worlds.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah, but met so many awesome people there, switched to cinema, started doing some motion. Still, I in ideal world prefer to work with animators rather than animate myself, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. How'd you find the transition from Max to Cinema 4D?
Easy. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, it really doesn't matter. Just jump. It's all the same stuff. There some tools are different. Like, cinema UVs at that point were terrible.
Yeah.
So sometimes I had to go back and unwrap stuff in a different software.
Yeah.
But like Mograph is, I think that's why cinema is so huge.
Yeah.
It's like Houdini on just better user-friendly base.
Yes. The community is great.
Yeah, community is great, and cinema itself is just so friendly. Like every time people ask me what software they should learn, I tell them go either Cinema 4D because it's very easy to learn, or Blender just because it's free.
Right. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. Nydia Diaz, when she was on the show, she was talking about that too. She doesn't do any animation really when it comes to the stuff she built. She just builds it out, and then it's like, here, somebody else go animate it.
And that's the beauty. Like at the meal, that's what was so cool. You had those amazing collaborations inside of the company where you create, like, they have the separation between designers and animators. So me as a designer or art director, I would create my frames, but I also know I have in mind that it's going to be animated later on. So I try to make it as much production friendly as possible. And then I just give it to someone else, and they do their magic with that. It's ridiculous. It's like you see, it's such a pleasure to work with professionals, and whatever they got, they make it not better, just bring it to a completely new level. And you see kind of glimpse of your work and in their view and their just approach. It's awesome. So Meal in that way was super cool. And that
what's similar along those lines, we've hired a bunch of people for this big project that we're working on, and we're delivering concepts for different parts. And so I always tell the folks who, the freelancers that we're bringing on, I say, build it out, because we only need a still frame. I said, build it out, and build it out as if we're going to animate it. So spend the time, but you don't have to get it perfect. It's like, okay, if we're using X particles, for a certain part, build it out with the X particles. Don't worry about the timing, just get that one still frame so that we kind of get the general idea. But then the project is set up to where, now the person can take it and
start doing
and
stuff.
Adjust it exactly like it needs to be.
That's something
which has been very helpful.
We did this. We did like the same project last year when we first started. We were like doing these nice mock-ups in Photoshop and copy and pasting all the different pieces and just getting it all just perfect. And then in Photoshop, and it's like, okay, now you got to animate it, and it's like, okay, now we got to kind of start over. So once you, and it depends, because you might have a client where that's absolutely necessary to do style frames. However, if you get in a groove with a project like that, where you could just, it's just quicker just to make the stuff instead of mocking it up, you might as well just do it that way. And then like, it's ready to animate.
Yeah. I like how there was a kitty on the background.
Is that what
and
that
it was? You would not see the cat,
but
you see the shadow of like this gigantic cat passing by.
That's funny. Matt, what was the cat doing?
Just getting on my toys and making noise and stuff.
Well,
like
you couldn't see it obviously, but we were commenting on, you could see the shadow of the cat in the light walking around back there, and then you just got up like, okay, the cat's misbehaving.
Yeah.
Stupid
And
cat.
I have the stupid doors to where you just press them down and they open. So he just randomly comes in whenever he wants.
Dude, I didn't
so I have
know
to
that
actually
was a
lock
thing.
the door.
Yeah, I had no idea that was a thing with cats. And then a bunch of people have been, my cat opens the door. I'm like, how? Just pull the handle.
It's got no
like,
thumb.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like the same one you've got, Sasha, behind you. Just pulls it down, opens it right up.
Wow.
How tall is your cat?
I mean, I don't know. Long cat is long.
Long cat is long. Did you?
You have like a mini tiger there. Then.
Yeah.
He doesn't jump. He can just reach it.
He can just reach it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Just I want to see a video of it though. Picture.
Well, see, I would much rather him do that. I know we totally just like changed the subject.
Derailed,
but,
I know.
But like
cats.
I know, but cats though. The internet loves them.
So like the first house and like the third house we owned with this cat, we had just regular doorknobs. And so I would much rather him just walk in whenever he wants, because otherwise it's just on the door until you finally get up and let him in. Right. It's awful.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's my mornings. I have a dog and a cat, and so dog sleeps with us in the bedroom, and cat sleeps outside because my boyfriend has a cat allergy.
So does my wife. And we've had my cat for like 13 years.
Yeah. That cat was with him for like 9 years or something. Like, great choice. So cat starts scratching in the morning, wakes up the dog, and dog starts pacing. And you're like, I'm going to break something.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully not your tablet though.
Oh yeah, no. That's never.
Yeah. I have
maybe the vase.
The cat is like 13 years old, and then I have a dog who's like a year and a half, and so the dog loves to play with the cat, and the dog, she thinks she's being protective of me, and it's like, no, girl, come on. And so like the cat will jump off the bed and the dog will be right there, like about to attack. It's like, what? Just leave the cat alone. Come on.
It's hilarious. Yeah, to see the dynamic between dogs and cats. My cat chases my dog. It's like they go to the yard and you can see it just like the dog running circles away from the cat. So
it's really funny because like we'll be in because we don't let the cat come in our media room, because if we have guests over who are allergic, we want them to have a safe place to go. Mm-hmm. And so like my dog will be asleep. And like you can be like, Pixel, wake up, Pixel, nothing. And she will just be dead to the world. But the second you say, that's the dog's name. The second the cat walks in, you go, Virtue. The dog's like, you say the cat's name and the dog freaks out.
I know. Same here. Like if you say cat, it's like, and he knows. And if cat is not here, he goes and finds it and then starts bugging the cat.
Yep. So funny. Stupid. Oh,
so anyway,
man, animals.
Motion graphics.
Sorry. Motion graphics.
Okay, what are you working on now is the question.
Oh, actually,
besides NFTs, which we'll talk about.
Can I interject real quick?
Okay.
Because I want to talk about so have you done a lot of work in Zbrush as well? Because I've noticed that on Instagram. I'd love to hear about your process with Zbrush.
Dude, with Zbrush, I started Zbrush approximately the same time I started 3ds Max 7.
It's not surprising because it is like the work that you've been doing is gorgeous.
What's funny, like knowing how long I've been working in Zbrush, I should be so much better. But with Zbrush, it's weird. It's like I come back to it every like 6 months. And have to be like, okay, so that was, and then that button,
Right.
Yeah. Because I did it so many times, it comes back to me like in 20 minutes. But yeah, I need to refresh it and dive deeper. And like, it's so, like I love ZBrush. And also, I can brag a little bit that one of my, like the ways I learned it, I actually had, Rafael Grassetti? Raphael Grassetti.
I don't think I do.
Well, he is like an amazing character artist who worked for games and, also NFT related, sold a whole bunch of awesome like portraits for lots of money.
Okay.
And he has like 600,000 followers on Instagram.
Wow. Jeez.
Well, I had he had like a classes in LA where like live classes where you come over and he sculpts in front of you and gives you assignments and stuff like this. So best $200 I ever spent.
Wow.
Yeah, like I've been taught by a legend.
Right.
And, live. Yeah, so that was super cool.
That is cool. Yeah. I love sculpting. I have barely touched ZBrush at all, but I love sculpting in cinema. Always have. I feel like you just get a much more organic and you're able to like control it a lot better. I'm terrible at it, but I know what all the tools do, I don't know.
Tony says you should use Adobe Medium.
Huh.
Yeah.
Tony, I don't know what Adobe Medium is.
So
I don't know Adobe.
Oculus Medium.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
still don't know.
Purchase.
That's the VR sculpting and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of its own thing. Like some people are more into doing it in 3D, and I'm kind of curious, like if somebody is already super into ZBrush, is it going to feel like a step back? Is it going to be fun?
Right.
Is it going to be worth it at all?
Right. Do it in your
in VR.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fun, but then you still will come back to ZBrush. They have too many awesome features there, and plus all the million polys you can move just on a whim. Like, 32 million polygons model. Sure,
no
not
problem.
a problem.
Yeah.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. How do you learn? I mean, I know you've been in it for a long time, so it's probably kind of hard to say now, but it's like, do you know some good resources for learning more ZBrush if people want to get into it? Are there people that you kind of go to if you get maybe lost on a problem or?
ZBrush has an awesome, tutorial base themselves on their standard site. And every time I also need to how do I work with curves again? ZBrush curves.
Yeah. Google.
2 minutes tutorial exactly about ZBrush curves.
Yeah.
So I think ZBrush is very straightforward to learn. What's very intimidating about it has so much. But like any other 3D software. And it just mindset of you don't need to know everything. Just learn that part which you needed to make and ignore everything else. It's just too much. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I feel like, and the longer you're in a software, the more you'll eventually get. You may eventually get to everything, but it could take time, and you don't necessarily need it. Like, for example, this past week I started doing motion clips, in cinema. Like, I've never technically done a motion clip before in cinema. I always knew they were there,
So good.
But they're great.
What do they do?
So motion clips, like, say you've got like an animation, like say you took, okay, so what I did was I had a character, and it was terribly rigged, from the original. So I took it into, from Turbo Squid. Yeah. So I took it into.
And it wasn't good enough.
It was weird. So like it had an arm, and I would like rig it up, and then like it'd all be twisted at the wrist, and I'm like, okay, well the weighting's really bad.
4D on it, and I thought it would be better because it was native, but it wasn't really well.
So I took it into Mixamo, and then added an animation to it. But I needed that animation to hit at a specific time. So I took the entire, once I brought it back into cinema, I put it all into a null and then did like animation create motion clip.
Okay, so I know what motion clips are. Yes.
Yeah. So then it keeps that animation. What's awesome is like you can extend it, you can shorten it, so I was able to have it do at exactly the correct time, which was great.
When I was working on Forest, the short went to motion clips quite a bit. And it's funny, cinema actually has so much to it than you can find on tutorials. Like I found ways to split like this skeleton animation from, top to bottom and combine it there. But it's like, it was so like, okay, and then, and it's so not native and you can't find tutorials for it. It's just but it's, if you dig into the whole motion clip thing, there's so much more to it.
It's it's such a robust program. It's super cool.
Sure.
By the way, if anybody wants to check out more on your short film, we should probably talk about that. We actually have an article up on mograph.com. mograph.com/news if you want to check it out. We've got a whole write-up here on your process, which is fun.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I have to do the shout-outs here to Woosun. Woosun Kang, who is art director at The Mill. And so pretty much it's our collaboration. Like I did the story style frames, and this is what's like that process where I would create the scene, look dev at everything, and then pass it to him, and he does his magic. And it wasn't just him. There are like Kyle Moore was part of it, Anastasia was part of it, Ilya was part of it. So, but mostly Woosun, drove the whole animation part of it. And it was amazing to work like that.
That's cool. There's a question in the chat. I don't know how to pronounce the name. I'm sorry. Does Sasha have some abstract or real great achievement in mind she'd like to achieve one day in 3D?
I mean, no. When I started like a long time ago, I was like, I gotta be the best out of the best, and I'm like, I'll just do my thing.
Yeah,
you can't be best of the best. It's just like, I think it's important to tune in to whatever's happening with you in your head, in your world, and just do your own thing. That's much more pleasant.
Totally.
Yeah, that person, I have no idea how to pronounce the name. I always see that person.
I think it's Sergio, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's somebody that I see in the Maxon chat a lot too, whenever the Maxon streams are going. So, so what is next right now? Do you have any sort of short film planned? Are you working on any projects or?
Well, with the whole NFT thing, there's so much going on. Pretty much all my personal, before it was just the personal projects in mind, and now it's like personal projects combined with NFT. And like I mentioned to you guys earlier, that I'm working on that collab with Cruella. We can talk about it, I guess, a little later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the drop.
Yeah,
for sure.
Same deal. There was this Angle collaboration. 49 artists did piece for them. Not for them, for us. It was super cool. Can talk about it at that time too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, then,
and just generally like all my personal projects right now, it's like NFT related, because I can pretty much do what I would do anyway as my personal projects, but now it's like, well, maybe I can make money out of it.
Yeah, totally.
Well, let's do some Mograph recommends so we can get to those NFTs then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. We're gonna ask for your favorites on these, and as usual, I'll say these don't have to be all-time favorites. They could be just like a recent favorite or something you're into currently or something. So we'll start with your favorite movie.
My favorite movie. I love whole Ghibli stuff is awesome. Tikan Great is awesome. Big into anime. The Eternal Sunshine of the
Spotless.
never can remember.
Sunshine is
yes.
Spotless Mind?
Spotless Mind?
Yes, yes. What else?
God, I haven't seen that in so long. I kind of want to rewatch that now. I
saw a movie recently called Tigers Never Die or something like that.
That sounds familiar.
It was no.
Tigers Never Cry?
No, Tigers.
Tiger.
It's in Spanish, and it's only like it's in Mexico. Gosh, I'll think about it. It was awesome. It blew my mind. It was so good, and it was on Prime. Had to buy it.
I don't know.
Mexico.
Well, if you think of it,
I was trying to look up Le Tigre.
Oh, Tigers Are Not Afraid. Tigers Are Not Afraid.
Tigers Are Not Afraid. Okay.
That was fantastic. I strongly recommend.
Okay.
And what about TV shows while we're on that?
Again, lots of anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, so, I also made my boyfriend now watch anime. I finally corrupted him after, 5 years.
That's funny.
What was the introduction? What was the...
Attack on Titans.
Okay.
See? We're going to have to try it, Dave.
Gonna have to.
That's what everyone's telling us.
I know.
And Jujutsu Kaisen. That's fun to watch too. Just from that one is so good. Just from the visual perspective, their fight scenes are awesome. Camera angles are awesome. Animation is awesome. You're like, oh, this is just a visual porn. So, super cool. But just like TV shows.
Where can I watch Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
Is it Hulu?
Crunchyroll.
Oh, Crunchyroll, of course.
Yeah, but I don't. All right.
Isn't Crunchyroll free on
No.
or do you have to pay for that?
No, I don't think so.
I think it also has HBO Max collaboration with that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you can watch it there. I'm not sure. I see it on Crunchyroll. Watch it on Crunchyroll.
All right.
Yeah. Mandalorian season 2 was okay. I kind of enjoyed it.
It's pretty good.
I thought it was great.
Oh, Ted Lasso.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I'm not done with
so
it.
good.
I'm not
It
done
was
with it.
so great.
No spoilers, but yes, this is very good so far.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet?
No, I haven't finished it yet. I have been working freaking 16 hours a day for the last 3 months. I'm trying, but I'm trying. But what was the one I started watching on Apple TV?
The astronaut one?
No, it's the one. No, that one's. Oh man.
All Mankind.
So For All Mankind is so good. There's one episode left this season, but Mythic Quest. What is it called? It's the one.
Mythic Quest. Yes, Mythic Quest. Yeah,
Okay.
I enjoyed the first season. People had kind of mixed reviews about it, but I also really like their quarantine episode.
That's what a lot of
almost
people said.
made me cry.
Yeah, I that's so funny that you said that because other people have said the quarantine. I'm not to the quarantine episode yet. I've only watched 2, but yeah. All right, I'm hearing more.
But
and more
yeah,
about
guys,
this.
Ted Lasso. Whoever haven't seen it, gotta see it. This is superheroes we need right now, not superheroes we
deserve
see all the time.
Right. Yeah. Ted Lasso made me get back into Premier League soccer, Premier League football. You know, I enjoyed soccer, like watching the World Cup. You know, like a few years ago. But man, like watching that, I was like, all right, got to get back into it. West Ham United, that's my team.
Yeah, and it's also like you think it's a sport show, but then you start watching it, it's like, oh no, it's not about sports.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
It's so funny because they'll go into a game like they're about to start a game, and then the next cutscene will be right after the game's over, and you're like, I don't have to watch the game. Okay, cool.
Kevin says Attack on Titan is pretty good, but actually Breaking Bad is the best show he's ever seen, except for maybe The Wire.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, Wire was awesome. Yes, Breaking Bad I couldn't get through because I struggle with the shows where
that's okay.
Where main characters make bad decision over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm so like, why again? You breaking my heart. I can't do it to myself anymore.
Yeah, I had the worst problem with Fiona on Shameless because she made so many stupid decisions that eventually you're like, okay, when are you gonna learn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony sent us a little sample of what he's been working on in Oculus Medium. I just
gotta see it.
I'd bring this up real quick just so you can see.
Watch it.
So he actually sculpted this in Oculus Medium.
That is crazy.
That is cool.
I know Tony also has a 3D printer and probably a fun combination.
Oh,
yeah, he's doing those resin prints too, right?
Oh man, he's got his whole 30-minute video of him doing all of the sculpting.
Fun.
Dropbox, so who knows? Gosh, look at that. Wow, okay.
That's crazy.
That detail.
Okay. Maybe there is maybe I'll take it back.
Yeah. Sasha, have you done any VR stuff?
I done some VR stuff at the meal. What do you mean? Like we had the whole
Like are you into VR at all? Like you play games, have you tried sculpting,
Again, like all my experience with VR was meal related. We had VR set with a Google drawing, whatever you call it.
That's Zbrush.
Zbrush, yes, that was super fun.
Yeah.
And they also have an entire department dedicated to this kind of stuff. It was we had a music video project where we shot everything on stage with the camera with just connected to Unreal, where it's a lifetime sort of connection to the scene which been created before, and you can it was nuts. It's awesome to see it, but now I'm kind of getting a little away from it, but just because didn't have a chance and worked too much to I almost do not play video games now, though I really enjoy it.
Yeah. I feel really fortunate when I have a moment to look at video games.
I know, it's like luxury.
Yeah.
Right?
Ask me how many times I played Cyberpunk.
Right.
How many times?
I know.
Once.
I played Cyberpunk for about as long as I played Skyrim. About an hour.
Right.
You customize your character and then I'm done.
It's just enough to get through the 45-minute intro of Skyrim, and then you're like,
for sure.
Well, that was exhausting. I'm going to take a break. Now that the game's
yeah,
for sure.
At some point, I started playing a while ago Red Dead Redemption, and how they all say that it's supposed to get good either after first chapter or second chapter.
Yeah.
And after I don't know, 48 hours on a horse everywhere.
Yeah.
All my saves just gone. Never ever happened to me. I just don't know what happened. But I'm
I played it 2 times.
Man,
wasted my money on video games.
That's one of the hard things. When you've got such an in-depth game like Skyrim or Cyberpunk or Red Dead Redemption 2, you only have an hour to play a video game or 2 hours, and then you turn it on and you're like, okay, well, there's my hour.
Yeah, the hour
I guess
is
I'll pick it up in 6 months.
Setting it up, getting it ready, getting through the intro, playing the first chapter so that you can hit a save point so that you don't have to start over the next time. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I love
that's
Call of Duty. You just
I was gonna say that's exactly that's why people like Call of Duty or Halo or something like that, where they can just hop into it, pwn a bunch of noobs for an hour, and then you're good.
Yeah.
You get your fill.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Speaking of which, well, I guess that kind of covers us, but favorite video game is one of the questions, so.
Yeah. I mean, Witcher 3 was my ultimate favorite.
Did you like the Witcher show? on Netflix?
I enjoyed it because I love Witcher. Witcher. W and V for Russians is like a twist for me. Is like, I can't do that.
That's
but yeah, I read all the books and played video games. It's funny. It started for me like start with the video games, then I read books, and then I watched a TV show, and I enjoyed it because like I'm a fan, and it was catered for me. But I, also being a fan, I'm like, well, this does not match.
Right.
Where is that character? And this arc is completely different. So
That's
it's
funny.
like made me mad, like with what happens with people who read books before TV shows.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah. Or people who have read like what's that one video game or the VR movie? Ready Player One.
Oh yeah.
I heard a lot of people who said if you've read the book, you're gonna hate the movie, but if you haven't read the book, you're gonna love the movie.
Right.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
How about music? Favorite music? And I've got to run to the restroom, but keep going, y'all.
Do it.
Back.
I don't know. I this is that question always throws me off. I'm so bad with remembering bandmates. So
what do you like to listen to while like you're working or like in the car or whatever? Like what is it that you'll throw on?
Indie rock folk.
Okay. Any particular bands?
Well, now I can promote Cruella because we we had a collab with them. But I don't know. It's I can't really tell. It's just not like music is mostly like background to me, but it's also very important. Can't work without music. Lots of soundtracks for movies and like anime too. Love all the like folky rock stuff. Grew up with Metallica. Like my cousins were really
like
into Metallica.
a lot of Russians and like Germans love Metallica.
We do.
I feel like it's almost like required. Like you've got the technical drawing class that's required, but you also have to love Metallica.
Yeah, it's combined. You have Metallica on the background and junior drawing, so it's like, oh, you're in Russia.
Oh, it's funny. That's funny.
You're not the first person who makes fun of me for that. My boyfriend
making fun of. No, I dug Metallica back in the day.
James Hetfield.
Right.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
I'm back.
Hello.
All right.
We were just talking about how all Russians and Germans love Metallica.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was just thinking about Tatiana, and she's totally.
She's Metallica.
Totally.
That's funny.
All right. Well, any more? Should I move to the next one here?
No, you can move to the next
one. I can't
one.
believe how long we. Okay, let's see.
I know,
Jeez.
right?
All right. Podcasts. Do you listen to them? And if so,
I weirdly love history podcasts.
All
It's
right.
like I love
nothing weird about that at all.
No.
revolutions, history chicks. So I'm like, I sometimes need something completely different from art. I just like everything around me is art related. So history, yes, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about good revolution.
Right.
Yeah. Where I'm lost. We're so out of order on this one. Let's see.
Yeah.
Plugin, not render engine.
Yeah.
But favorite plugin. Do you have a go-to? And it could be 3D, 2D, like After Effects.
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
I mean, Photoshop, Substance Painter, Zbrush, After Effects.
But what
Cinema by default?
Any
Marvelous.
specific plugin within the? That's okay. It's okay. It's okay not to use plugins.
If you don't use any plugins, I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'm such a I have
a purist.
not purist. I'm not at all purist, but because I use so many different softwares, I did not have chance to go deep into it. So I'm just like,
sense. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
What about app? You have a muscle memory app, something you're always on?
Photoshop.
No, on your phone.
On your phone?
On my phone?
Yeah.
App on my phone?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's your muscle memory
Can you
app?
not get away from?
I mean, email, Instagram.
Most people say Instagram, but yeah.
Discord became a little too addictive right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been in like Discords for NFTs and things? Is that why it's getting addictive?
It was well. Right now we have the whole collaboration chat in Discord. Like a whole bunch of collaborations happening on Discord. Yeah. So, and with that 49 artist collaboration, it's just fun sometimes to see what people just chatting about, even if it's not work related.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
And did we cover everything? Oh, now this is the tough one. So get ready. You might need a second. This is your favorite life hack, and our example of this is.
I actually I would like to point out a different life hack that is similar to the Mitch Myers one.
All right.
Right.
Now the Mitch
I saw
Myers
this on TikTok.
For
Mitch Myers one. Yeah. Go ahead.
For those of you who don't know, it's you turn your toaster on its side to make some bomb
and you can do
cheese.
pizza.
Make some bomb grilled cheese, right? Yeah. Well, I saw another one. Someone took a piece of bread, put an egg yolk on the bread, put another piece of bread over there, and then took a cup and like smushed it all together to make like an Uncrustable or whatever. And then they put it in the toaster, and it cooked the egg and the toast at the same time for like this super awesome like what is it? Egg in a nest or whatever it's called?
Bird's nest.
Bird's nest. Something like that.
Yeah.
Bird in a nest. Yeah. Oh man,
But it doesn't have to be food related.
It doesn't have to be food
related.
related.
With this inspiration, I can only think of food.
Yeah. Like something in your day-to-day or even like task management.
Well, I'll just go with what been suggested. As a person who grew up on instant ramen, so you take instant ramen, put an egg and slice of American cheese in, and pop it into microwave. And mix it up.
All right.
Okay.
Tastes amazing.
American cheese and an egg. I'll have to try that. I bet that's good.
It tastes so much better and tastes almost like a real ramen. Almost.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
I got a couple links here before we go to the drop that I just wanted to mention. Number one is I wanted to mention that Clinton Jones spent like 5.5 hours messing with metahumans on YouTube, like he does. He does these ridiculously long Saturday live streams, and the amount of people watching it is insane. Like he did the one on Saturday with metahumans. It's got like 61,000 views already.
That's crazy
for a 5-hour live stream to have that many hits. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So he created himself in.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
Oh, that's going to be viral. Like whole people will start creating themselves and like some famous celebrities on metahumans.
Yeah, I saw somebody did. I think Robert Downey Jr.
Really?
Or was it? I think it was Robert Downey Jr. Somebody did it. Where was it posted? I want to say it was in the Unreal. You're getting a lot of these in the Unreal virtual production Facebook group.
Right. People
are getting tired of course. It's just like with NFTs, right? NFTs come out and everybody's like, I'm so tired of hearing about it now.
Right.
It's
the hot shit right now.
Yeah.
You know? First it was Unreal. Now it's NFTs. Now it's going to be metahumans. You know? We'll have to make a whole separate section about metahumans because the listeners won't like us talking about metahumans.
Right.
I mean, you can hide under the rock, but life will chase you down. And
right.
With something heavy.
Yeah, we got to report on the things. That's our job, right?
Yep.
I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back.
Do it.
You can start doing the whole other thing.
Yeah, I'll finish the links while you do that.
Yeah.
So this other link I have here it's called I forget who posted this. I think David Ariev posted this actually.
Yeah.
And it's called The Real Story of Paris Hilton.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's like, because haters gonna hate, right? like I was talking about last week, there's a lot of misconceptions about Paris Hilton, and you got to go do some research on her. You'll be surprised, I think.
Right.
Based on, public opinion. You know how that happens.
Right.
All of that. It sucks being in the limelight, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure there's rumors and there's all sorts of gossip talk, all that kind of stuff that form who a celebrity is in your head, right?
Right.
So you think of a celebrity, you think, oh, they're that one that did that one thing, and that may or may not be true. Who knows? So check it out. Learn more about her, because I feel like she's getting into NFTs for the right reasons. So
yeah, that's good.
Also, Mark Fancher has a 2021 demo reel out. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mark Fancher is the person we aspire to all become.
Right.
Like, in my opinion, dude, that guy is just absolutely killing it. Yeah. I freaking love Mark Fancher.
And he has I should have mentioned at the beginning, but he's got some great work in there, and a lot of it's from already been chewed, and you put in there that is from already been chewed. So make sure you check that out, and you'll see you're going to be able to learn how to do a lot of this stuff you already can in his course, and you're going to be learning more in the new course. So check that out. Also, I thought this was kind of relevant, and there's these, TikTok right now is all about UFOs and the aliens are coming and all of that, right? So
there's always that resurgence about every 10 years,
right?
Oh,
the aliens are coming and the government's getting us ready. All these conspiracy theories, hilarious. And there's one that's been going around a lot, and it shows, released Pentagon footage showing blah blah blah, and it's like, yes, it is released Pentagon footage, but it's also not UFOs, because they keep showing it off, and they're these little triangles. They're like, oh, it's pyramid shaped, and you have to check out this YouTube video, because it's the most easy explanation, and all it is it's this one particular kind of night vision scope that has a triangle iris. So what happens is, when it's out of focus, you get a bokeh of a triangle. It's just not in focus. It's all it is. It's so easy. It's such a simple explanation. It is not aliens, but I just thought it was very relevant, because it talks.
I'm not going to say
it's
aliens,
iris and all that,
but it's aliens,
right? Yeah, aliens.
Yeah.
So, Pyramid UFO. Also, just a quick link here to the Maxon merch store. I know a lot of people were wanting to get their Maxon on.
I bought a hoodie and a shirt.
You put it on in the morning. It's Max on. Take it off at night.
Oh gosh.
Max off.
Max off.
And
there it is. There it is.
And lastly, I'd just like to say, I think we're famous now, because we finally made it into a Mograph meme.
Yeah, we didn't, but
sure we did.
Mark Fancher did. Mark Fancher did. Course. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the Mograph.com. Yeah.
The Between Bookings starter pack, and it has like a screenshot of Stop Being Afraid of Houdini. Someday we'll figure out who Mograph memes is.
Yeah.
Okay. Question for you, Matt.
Yes.
Are you ready to do the drop?
Let's do the drop.
The drop. Drop.
Is this the fucking mic?
Drop.
This is exactly what I should be doing.
What's up, and welcome to this week's episode of The Drop, your weekly source for all things NFT and crypto art, as well as upcoming drops by notable people in the Mograph industry. Joining us today on The Drop is Sasha Vinogradova.
Good job.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of stumbled a little bit there. It's because I was speaking so quickly.
It's amazing. I'm so impressed with the way you guys can talk, so fast.
I try. And it honestly, it's just, most of the time it doesn't come out. It's just, it's all just words.
Still impressive.
Let's see. This week's drop. Sorry, I don't have the list up. The drop list. So let's start off on the main two side, the major drops. The ones coming up on Nifty and Maker's Place. There's a bunch of them this week. There's a bunch of people that we have already seen or that we already know that have done some drops, as well as a couple of new ones. First up, if you're interested, I didn't put this in our notes, Dave, so you don't know. Today, Justin Roiland's doing a drop on Nifty. I love Justin Roiland as Rick and Morty, as the artist, blah blah blah. But I think I always think his drops are a little bit lackluster because I feel like it's kind of a cash grab. Don't get me wrong, Justin. If you ever listen to this show, just know I love you. I really do. But I'm not into the drops. I don't love just sketches and stuff. But anyway,
so more of a full blown Rick and Morty scene to buy.
I am, yeah. Or the stuff that he did on Maker's Place a few weeks ago was awesome because those were actual sketches from him him concepting Rick and Morty. Mm-hmm. Those are a part of history which I think are awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the only drop on Nifty today. At 420 tomorrow, we got a couple drops. First up, we got our boy Brilly. Really, yo. Collaborating, for those who don't know, that's formerly Locked and Loading, David Brodeur, going by Brilly now, and Scott Storch. I believe I'm saying that right. Mm-hmm. They're doing a collab together, and if you've been following Brodeur's Instagram and stuff, you'll see a bunch of like the stuff that he's been posting. He posted this one picture of Scott Storch and a couple of other guys, and I commented, I said, which episode of Jersey Shore was this? Because I don't remember.
That's good.
Oh man, sorry. Anyway. Next up, 420, we've got Daniel Allen Cohen. It goes by This Is Addictive This Is Addictive with awesome. An E as a 3. It's super cool. So it's like talking about non-fungible tokens and stuff, but they're like token, because 420 token,
Token.
Dave,
I get it.
Token. Right. There you go.
Get it.
Anyway.
Get it.
Pretty cool. Another thing with this, Daniel's also offering up $42 pieces. I'm not sure if they're drawings or if they're open editions or first come first serve, but like it's if you've seen some of his like physical art pieces, like they look like these I don't know, like a periodic table type stuff, which is super cool. But that's what his $42 pieces are similar to looking like. But I mean, even if it's just a drawing for $42, stuff like the dollar drawings and the $100 drawings and the $42 drawings, if you're able to get those, if you're looking to just make some quick cash, if you're able to get them, then you're able to flip them relatively quickly versus for ones that are like $1,000 or something like that. But it's always good to just hop on those. Mm-hmm. So next up we've got Victor Moscara. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, and I can't remember which pieces this was. Oh yeah, this one was cool. I just thought it was a really cool piece, very 2D flat illustrated look and stuff like that. I thought it was really pretty looking. So they're doing a drop on 420 as well. Next up, 421, April 21st. That is Wednesday. An artist named Disclosure. They are doing a drop. And this one I thought was gorgeous. A lot of really cool stuff. Yeah. Mini Faces is what it's called, but it's a lot of really pretty stuff. I
love it.
Yeah, I really liked the art. I really liked the art, so I was like, "All right, cool. Let's give this one a shout out." Cool. So yeah. Next up, Thursday, 422, Malavida, is the name of the artist. Also, Alicia Renaud, I believe, is their actual name. Renaud, I don't know. But this one is, what is it? Onboarding? Mm-hmm. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I go through these. I find the artists that I really like, and then I put them up. But yeah, I love this like super rainbowy, like I don't know. They almost look like mirrors and stuff like that. It's super cool.
Mirrors
super
with like rainbowy paint.
Yeah. Super pretty stuff. So I thought I'd throw that one out there. Also, on Thursday, Roger Kilimanjaro, who we've talked about on the show a couple of times, I feel like. Mm-hmm. These super, very pleasant looking drops and stuff. Satisfying, very satisfying. I don't know exactly what they're dropping this one. this time, but it's probably along the same lines. So cool. Super cool. I love Roger's stuff. 423. This would be Friday, I believe. Thank you, X. I'd like this one. Making it seem like it's called Convergence. NFT, crypto art, fine art, like a convergence between the fine art and the crypto art, which is cool. So I don't know, kind of neat. I liked it. I think Fewocious really liked that one. Fewocious. So next up Saturday, Gavin Shapiro and Young Bae. So what's cool is Gavin was saying that so Young Bae, he sent an email to them and was like, hey, I'd love to do some stuff for your tour or whatever. I'd love to do, collaborate on stuff. And that was the very first iteration of the Flamingo, the stuff that he made for Young Bae. So it's cool to see them doing a collaboration together. Super, super excited about that one. And I love Gavin's stuff. I'm a big supporter of Gavin Shapiro. I think he's one of the best in our industry. So that's it for the Nifty drops. There are other ones. If you want to check them out, you can check out Nifty's Twitter. They announce all their drops on Mondays. So next up for Maker's Place. We're doing this is a follow-up to last week's drop. Urs Fisher is doing Chaos Part 2, and I am I'm actually a little bit surprised, but I like I said, I know how the sausage is made, so but these sold so well. Some of them went for $60,000 last week, which is crazy. So that's a follow-up to last week's drop. On 421, Tenacious D is doing a drop, really, which I thought was pretty cool. If you watch the video, it's like a Bob Ross type thing, and so I don't know if this is this is the one thing that annoys me about some of the drops. Okay. Yeah. So this is the one thing that annoys me about some of these drops is I don't know what they are actually dropping, on Maker's Place and Nifty. They don't actually show the work because I would love to see.
Well, he's painting his buddy, that other musician dude that he always works with for
Kyle Gass.
Yeah. So are they maybe whatever he comes up with on this painting is what the NFT is?
So this is they had a show, a movie or whatever called Apocalypto. And I think they're giving away or they're auctioning off different art pieces from the movie, I think. Anyway.
It must take a lot of courage to sit there in your underwear on the internet like that.
Yeah, Man. At the end, Anyway, so that's cool. Super excited. I love Tenacious D, have since I was a very, whatever kid in high school. That's 421. Also Android Jones. I thought this one was super cool. I saw it and I was like, okay, this is not your typical let's throw together a thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This one I feel like is so much more put together and it's just gorgeous. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. What are those called when you paste a whole bunch of stuff together and Photoshop it all together?
A collage?
Collage, yeah. Yeah, wow.
Wow, okay.
This isn't like your typical collage like I've seen some of these other artists do. This one's actually, I feel like it works all together and stuff like that. Next one, 422. We've mentioned this artist before. They've done drops on Maker's Place as well. Andreas Vonnerstedt, I believe is how you say. These super satisfying loops, really fun stuff. That one is on 422. So cool stuff. Wow. Yeah.
Fun.
A lot of big drops.
A lot of drops from the big sites, and it's nice. There are still some musicians who are doing drops and stuff like that. But, I didn't know a lot of the artists. And, if you're a musician and you're doing a drop with an artist, okay, for example, Paris Hilton did a drop with Blake Catherine. And Paris Hilton went all out with it. She is like, this is what we're doing. Let's make a video about it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is how you do a collab, in my opinion. You don't just pair up an artist and like a musician and like the artist doesn't even care. To me, that feels like a cash grab. That the musician's just like, whatever, make me an NFT and we'll split the proceeds or whatever. It's like I feel like they like collabs, they got to be working together. Like the same stuff that your boy Brilly and Scott Storch has been doing, and the stuff that you've been seeing coming from Mixmaster Mike and Jonathan Winbush. Like that is how you collab, you know? I don't know.
Absolutely.
As a person who is collabing with a musician, I have to say, like, we do not do the video about the process, but oh my God, but it's like, it is a collaboration. It's like, we had a call originally where we brainstormed everything to just like, in Pinterest boards, like, here's what we like, here's what I like. And it's been weeks of back and forth with some stuff because, as I mentioned earlier, on 29th, Cruella, the band is dropping on Nifty and we're collaborating. And it's been like, it was true collaboration. It's like, there's a bunch of me in there and it's a bunch of them. So
true.
See, and that's what that's what I like to see, And for the longest time before NFTs were around, it's like, okay, so a musician wants to work with an artist or whatever. It's like, hey, I like your stuff. I'll pay you $2,000, and you make me a 5-minute music video.
And I'm going to have 800 changes.
And I'm going to have, I'm going to have 800 changes and stuff. And it's like, for the longest time, I feel like the artists were taken advantage of by a lot of musicians and stuff like that. And now it's good to see a full, honest to God collaboration.
Yeah, because a true collab is like, okay, you're working on a scene and the musical artist is like, I don't know if I like that part. And the artist will be like, well, here's why I did it this way. Because it looks good if you do X, Y, and Z. And then the musician will be like, oh, okay, I get it. But in the other type of situation, it's almost like they're the client. And they're like, oh, I want to do such and such. And if the artist pushes back, it's like, oh, why are you pushing back? I'm telling you what to do. Yeah. It feels different. It feels like, sorry, I'm like grabbing my shoulder. I had a freak accident with Beat Saber. I'm having like the worst neck and shoulder and hand pain because of Beat Saber I played last Thursday. It's not good.
Wow.
Nice.
Anyway,
but no, it's good to see. It's good to see artists and musicians collabing totally, and like I love seeing it be. I love seeing musicians promote the collaboration. Even if it's just a simple, pinned tweet on their Twitter. Like if they're not pinning a tweet talking about their upcoming collaboration with the artist, I don't care. I won't mention it, because to me, if they're going to take the time to promote their collaboration between the artists, that tells me that they care about this collaboration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Are we moving on to something else?
Yes.
We can move on to the other ones. Let's see.
You guys were talking about Maker's Place and everything was dropping. That.
Yeah.
We have community drops if you want to do that.
Community drops. Yes. Let's do that. Okay. I don't know if I have the same order as you.
I'll just bring them up and you can talk about them. Jesus Suarez is
Jesus Suarez. Hit us up in the Slack or someone had said, hey, you need to tell Matt about this, because I love Jesus's work. I think it is super duper pretty. They just did a drop, the Vista one. Dave, if you want to click on that one, Vista? They just dropped this past week, but give Jesus a follow. And they, super pretty. I love it. Love it. Next up, we've got Garrett Appleton posting on OpenSea. Garrett sent this one, I believe, in Slack.
Here we go.
I'll remember it once it comes up.
Skull Eft.
Oh, right. Yeah. I love that. Like you know, this one it was much longer, you know, than just your typical, you know, just your typical still frame NFT or something like that. It's like a whole like short film, which was awesome. You know, super excited to see that type of work. So super cool.
Nice.
Next
now this is on my list. I'll just go in my list order. I've got all yours, but just to make sure, the next one is Jeremy Walker, and I think I put this one in here because, well, I think he hit us both up. But this is, he says, I'm following up from sliding into Dave's DMs. If you have room, I wanted to show my NFT. This is a short I put together after taking Aryev's LCR class, Lights, Camera, Lasagna.
Random.
And it's definitely a career milestone piece for me. Thank you so much for your time. And if it doesn't work out, I totally understand. But I'll promise I'll keep watching the podcast anyway. Take care.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Super gorgeous. You could tell that LCR. You could see that LCR. Love it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Then we got Gustav.
Gustav, yeah.
Yeah, he's got another one out.
Another one for this week.
Another.
I love Gustav's work. Man, Gustav's work. I don't know. Gustav needs to be making millions of dollars because this work is really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. They just listed it. Gustav just listed it on Foundation, or April 26th. It'll be. It's pronounced Skyveturian.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's pronounced just like it's written.
Yeah, it's pronounced just like it sounds.
Difficultly.
Next up, our boy Paul Robinson just posted another one called Last Hope. Love it. Absolutely love this piece. Super, super cool. Yeah, really, really beautiful. I love the character work. I love the leaf. Yeah. And I love like did a really good job with the character animation following along and everything. It just feels so fluid. I loved it. Next up we got Francisco Garcia Nava, not sure which one it is, but Francisco just posted this one. I love it. Super pretty. So pretty.
That's subsurface dough.
That's subsurface dough. Yeah, totally. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You just want to squish it.
Yeah. It looks like it feels very smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's good.
Super nice. Really good work. That one is on Foundation. Next up, Dave, you want to?
Travis
Ragsdale.
Now, here's the thing. He hit us up last week, and he hit us up, like, literally at 2 p.m., like, right when we were doing this segment.
Right as we were done.
And so he sold this one already.
Oh, he did?
Too late. Too late.
That's funny.
Really
Love
cool.
it.
There has to be twins somewhere holding hands. It's
right.
Like,
right.
Yeah.
Sorry, the blood normally gets off on the second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see. Lastly, okay, this is somebody that tagged us on Twitter. This is Andrea Malpede, I think is how you pronounce it. The username is Panstis, Pannstis, and I hope that I have pronounced that correctly. I probably haven't, but this is a Foundation piece called Rat Race.
Ooh, beautiful. Love it. Oh, man.
Cool.
Gold and marble are a beautiful combination.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that.
NFTs,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, totally. We had another we had Andy Needham hit us up.
Oh, we did.
Like just a few minutes ago, and I put this in the notes. It said, I'm not sure if you're on the radar of the drop section, but he's got one he wanted to share. Dave, do you have that link, or you want me to send it to you?
I got it. Here it is.
Okay, cool. And Andy's been doing, he said he did a site for all of his NFTs, which is nft.imcalledandy.com, which is cool. And he said it is a good talking point, you know, to where like people should, and this is cool. I think this is great.
Locks, like, coming
soon.
That's
yeah. Nice.
Like it.
So got some coming soon, but like setting up your own site, you know, on your portfolio or whatever, it's like, hey, like I said, this is going to become commonplace,
right?
You know,
yeah.
You've got your portfolio page. You're just going to be setting up NFTs, and it's like, okay, now you link them to all the different places that you're selling them to. Yep.
Yeah, totally.
This is the new commonplace. Now we just got to get rid of those gas fees, because with Ethereum being so high, it's freaking ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, to offset the environment effect, why not?
Right.
So Sasha, what are you talking about? What are you working on for NFTs right now? Tell us.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
and can I just say real quick? Sorry, like the NFTs that you have been dropping with the like jeweled bugs are gorgeous. Like that. Like I was so excited to have you on the show just because I just wanted to tell you how much I love that work. Like
more will be coming at some point.
Good, because I think that is some of the most beautiful work that I have seen.
Thank
and
you.
when you posted them, I knew they were gonna go. I knew they were gonna go.
It was so funny with that drop. Like it sold for 8 Ethereum, and it was the highest I ever sold for. And it all happened kind of at night, so I woke up seeing like a million emails from Foundation and all the bidding war. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, what did I do?
Yeah, it was very pleasant. It's like, to skip all the nerve-wracking part, and you just like
right there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I'll come back to it. I got finally a Maker's Place account, and like I'm just like thinking like, should I continue with Foundation dropping those, or should I go with Maker's Place? And I'll try to hit super rare, especially after I have Nifty drop. Maybe that will help a little bit getting there, but we'll see. I just need to figure out where to drop it.
Yeah, what are you thinking as far as that? Are you going to do like, are you going to keep certain styles in certain places, or?
Well, I have a whole bunch of previous work, like Bugs' work I done like a while ago. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm definitely revising those, and I actually animating them, and I'm planning to create a couple new things for that.
Oh man!
Yeah,
8 ETH on this one. This sold for 8 ETH.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
I knew it would. I knew it was going to do well. I knew it was going to do well.
It's actually like pleasant to see that actual collector bought it, because if you see my hands collection, that was very pleasant to see, but it was pretty much a community support. Like other artists bought them. Like Blake bought one of the hands. Ted Chin bought another one. So and I'm like printing those, and I'm going to send it to them. But that was that was the moment where I'm like, I love you guys.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I just need to figure out where to go with it. But about the community drops, I have to promote some other stuff too.
Yeah, please do.
Well, how do I share my screen? Grun is dropping.
Just send me the link, and I'll
send it to Dave, and he'll throw it up.
Yeah. So a symmetry piece goes on sale, and it's like so freaking cool. So I sent it just on Skype.
Got it. So this is Kim.
Grun. I'm struggling with that too, but freaking fantastic! Such an awesome, beautiful piece, and
So this one, April. Oh, this is today.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And this is super rare. Right.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Very badass.
Some
super.
We can check out. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like maybe I've seen.
All right, I gotta follow this person on Instagram.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this person before, and I can't remember, or maybe it's just similar. But maybe no, I have, because this is what I was thinking of right here. I think Aria shared this with us.
Yeah,
wow.
It's super freaking cool. And also, Tae-hoon is premiering his movie, I think, tomorrow or today, and I'm sure at some point it will end up at the super rare, but some crazy awesome stuff.
Oh yeah. Now, doesn't he have? He's got something on the Max on Reel, right? Isn't this on the Max?
Oh, for
on
sure.
Reel? This one here?
I have most likely.
Or Shift Reel, or one of those.
Yeah.
I've seen that in there.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, great looking stuff. Man, look at the textures on this.
Yeah,
That is
seriously.
nice.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh man,
Wow.
look at those textures.
This is really good for the audio version of the podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? They're just gonna have to click the link and
Just
find
imagine,
out.
Wow, look.
imagine
Everything
those
looks.
textures.
Isn't this the same room that Ariev used for his
Is it?
for Space? This room right here, or am I crazy?
No.
I
Oh,
feel like I've
yeah,
seen this
maybe.
too. This isn't a reel too. Or
Yeah.
this is in,
I've seen that one.
A Redshift or Max on Reel or something. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, this is an example of like working at the meal, and you're like, oh, this new Korean guy is coming, and you've seen this, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, shit.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
You get super excited because their work is so good, but then you're like, oh man.
But you're also
Oh,
upset
you
because
look
your work is so
bad.
good.
Harder now.
Yeah. Man.
That's funny. That's really
Yeah.
funny.
But yeah, in terms of what I've been doing, I wanted to show you guys. I probably have to have my links, and I'm going to send it to you like right now. Okay, so this was a very fun one. Pretty much 49 artist collaborations. It's not minted yet. We are going to mint it at some point. If you go down, like down, you'll see entire grid, like probably the
cool.
very beginning. Yes. See the.
Yeah, click on that one.
This one here?
Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, there should be a Behance project somewhere where you can see everything closer. So.
That's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love the ombre, the gradient from the pink to the orange and how they laid it out well.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
to see if I can find the
Behance.
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 link.
I-
Let's see if I can bring that up. This is nice. Man,
Super cool to connect with all those, like, I mean, on one hand connect with new people, on another to just keep in touch with people
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
have
yeah.
this, like, pretty much we've all been given a color, and like, what is your take on that color, but
Cool.
do whatever you want. Yeah.
Oh,
here we go.
gorgeous.
Here's the Behance. I'll make sure I bookmark that for the show notes so everybody can check that out. Wow.
Love
That
that.
is so cool.
Wow.
This right here. It's like a
Yeah.
gooey, sandy
Yeah.
something or other.
And
Gooey
that got
Sandy
melted.
I
Yeah.
saw this one the other day. This one here with the stuffed animal or whatever it is. I was looking at that with the like the ribbons and stuff coming off of it. I saw that. I don't know if that was posted in like maybe the Get NFT Facebook. Gosh,
I really
look
like
at
the
that.
portrait one.
Wow. That's so pretty.
Yeah.
It's hard to do faces, that's for sure.
Hard to do.
Yeah,
faces,
and there was even fuzz and stuff.
Yeah.
I love this one, the stylized one with the little dude and the balloon. So cute.
Gosh,
I mean,
this is insane.
All work is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
great. Man.
Hmm.
Good stuff.
Yep. So been doing that. Yeah, that Cruella collaboration, which is dropping on Nifty on 29th. That's my life right now. My computer on non-stop rendering.
Yeah.
And I know you guys talked about the render farms previous episodes and stuff. I never tried render farms because again, working at the mill for so long, like we had amazing farms in the facility, and you're like, okay, just blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah.
But now gotta figure it out at some point. But so far, non-stop. One computer is running, another if it's for work.
Yeah. That's me as well. Oh boy, look who it is.
Oh, hey, hi there, Matt.
What's up, man?
Oh, I just thought I'd pause right here for a minute and here, Dorpy. Let me take these glasses from you because they're not really
Jeez,
working.
Dorothy.
You know.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing the glasses anyway? Well, the paparazzi were out to get me. They were after me because, see, they thought that since I do NFTs that I just might happen to know Paris Hilton, and I don't. Boy, were they barking up the wrong tree.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
every
I've been
week.
following Paris Hilton, though, ever since her dog was on the cover of Vanity Fair.
Oh.
Yeah. Hopefully I can, maybe I could do an NFT for her dog. Yeah. Anyway, but for now, I gotta go. I gotta remain, I need my sunglasses back. I gotta remain incognito and just get out of here, because paparazzi's gonna find me.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they, I think they spotted me. All right,
You need
Bye.
Okay, bye, Dorby.
You need sound effects on the show.
Right.
Slide whistles
the
and
sitcom laugh on the background.
I need to get a little soundboard with like the drum and ching.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Freaking Dorpy, so corny.
If anyone wants to see more of Dorpy's shenanigans, make sure to follow Mograph on TikTok.
Yeah, you can see all the shenanigans.
Yeah.
There's extra shenanigans, not just stuff from the show.
Yeah. Bonus shenanigans.
Bonus Dorpy shenanigans. If you can't get enough of how absolutely hilarious and amazing this is, you know. Yeah. Anything
oh my
else?
gosh. Last week when Shams asked Dorpy and then you said no. Like the timing on that was so perfect.
No.
No. Oh man.
That wasn't me though. That was all Dorpy.
Right, that was all Dorpy.
Yeah.
Right.
I do have a crypto link I wanted to add, which is it's just an interview with the crypto billionaire who bought the $69 million NFT every day. So make sure you check that out. But
did you see that Kevin Smith is turning his next film into an NFT?
No, I did not.
With distribution rights.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very interesting. It's called what's it called? What was the name of that the little guy, the little picture that they drew back in the Vietnam days? And so was here. Dang it. Kevin Smith movie.
Oh, you're talking about what are you talking about? Kilroy?
Kilroy, yeah. It's called I Am Kilroy or something. Is the name of his Kilroy movie.
Oh, okay.
Kilroy Was Here is the name of the movie. I think it's a horror movie, you know.
It's not like a documentary on Kilroy.
No. It's like a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
You know.
All right.
But yeah, he's supposedly auctioning it off as an NFT with distribution rights, which I think is very cool. You know. So like that's a good investment. If you're going to invest in an NFT, buy a Kevin Smith movie, you know, get distribution rights, distribute it out to... Yeah, but still, you know, if some of these... Like, okay, so if I was a crypto whale, right, and had like $1 billion in Bitcoin or whatever, spending $1 million, $2 million, whatever, for the distribution rights to a Kevin Smith movie, man, I would do that in a heartbeat. I like Kevin Smith, you know? But give me the distribution rights in the NFT for Mallrats. That's what I want. I want those.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah.
You never know.
Or just give it to me.
Well, is that it for the drop? Do we have anything else to talk about in the NFT space?
Yeah. I don't think so.
That's it?
Let's get out of here.
All right.
It was a long...
Drop.
Yeah.
Is this the fucking mic? This is exactly what I should be doing.
All right, we're back to Mograph.com podcast.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining, everybody.
Sasha, thank you so much for joining us this week. It has been a pleasure. I'm a huge fan of your work. So
Hey, thank you for having me. And say hi to Yanni when you will have him.
Yes.
That will be fun.
Next month.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
We're going to get out of here. You can rate us on iTunes, leave a review, subscribe on your podcatcher of choice, help get our ratings up. The newsletter is out there. Make sure you subscribe to that. It goes out like once a month. Shows you all the stuff you may have missed. Articles, podcasts, live specials, all of that fun stuff. You can say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the Mograph logo tee, Paul Babb, Feel the Babb 2020 shirt, the classic. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders. Then there's the Render Things t-shirt, hoodie, and long sleeve tee. There's the Mograph Blandishment shirt, which I am wearing right now over here, that you can get that.
Nice.
And the That Render is Fire shirt, which you are only allowed to wear ironically. Unless you're shameless.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, mograph.com. Sasha, if people want to find you online on the interwebs, where can they find you?
Yeah, that's right. Like Instagram is right below me, like there.
How do you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Milamori. You do not pronounce it. You just type it.
Oh, okay.
If you want to pronounce it, try with my last name.
Yeah.
Will be a little better luck, but still very complicated.
Yeah.
So your handle MELAAMORY. It's kind of like you don't pronounce like Brie. What is it? What is it called?
Brie made me do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always read it as Brie Amadouas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds French.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
It looks French.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
and make sure to watch out for Sasha's drop. What's the date on that again?
29th.
The 29th of April, right?
Yep.
Yes,
cool.
on Nifty.
All right.
So
cool. And we will be seeing you on Thursday night, everybody.
Yes.
Remember to come hang out. And we'll post some info on that on the social medias and things later on. So everybody just look for that. And that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And bye, guys.
All right. Until next time, I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And bye.
Have a good one.
Later, yo.
All right, hold on.
Hey, I went the whole show without going to the bathroom.
Oh, she left.
Oh, did she?
Let me add her back in real quick.
All right.